Welcome to episode number 18 of the Dark Horde podcast. I am Manny, your host, and with me today, we welcome back Chris Garcia out of San Antonio, the psychic extraordinaire. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, what's up, Manny? I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you back. And let me tell you something. The last time that you were on, I could barely hear you. So I just spent the last 2 hours trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with the system. But I think we got it this time.
So hopefully you got it this time and narrowed it down, because it's like some people were just like, are they going to be able to call in? Or, yeah. So I was like, I guess. So yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you actually good tonight.
Yeah, that's good.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I was tinkering around. Wait, I can't even talk right now. But I got it down. Let me give a quick shout out to Game Vet and Green Man, who are already in the live chat. Now, before we open up the line for folks to call in, I figure I ask you a couple of questions, right? From a psychic medium point of view. And not about me, because, I don't know, I just have this thing about not asking mediums questions. It's kind of like what you said before. You got to be ready for what you're going to hear, and sometimes I'm just not ready, you know? But here's a question. We're going through a lot right now, COVID-19 or whatever. It almost looks like it's almost over, but I have a feeling it's not. What do you get out of the whole thing? Do you ever get any psychic vibes about the situation we're in and where it's going?
Honestly, Manny, I kind of feel like I think we're in it for more. It just doesn't seem. I just feel like there's more to come. So, but yeah, I just think there is so much more to come. I think we're in for round number 2, but I think it's going to hit us more because of the winter time, and I think the winter time with the air, with the cold fronts, I think it's going to give it an extra little punch to it. And I want to say that, hopefully, God, I'm wrong, but most of the time when I say it, it's legit. It's not something that I'm just making up. I want to say that by the time it's over, oh man, the way the winter time comes here in Texas, or actually here in Texas, but now as far as the nation, I want to say by February.
Oh, really? Ooh, boy.
Yep. We're in for it, because a lot of people don't see it coming, but it's going to get worse. Yeah.
Yeah. You might be right. This could be something that's going to last for a bit, and it's just weird how it seems to slowly start dying out in making the news.
Yes.
So I don't know. It almost seems like a cover-up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just, to me, it's just not fair to people, because I know a lot of the people, how can you put it, they expect, they want the economy to be back the way it used to be. The way the world it used to be is what we know it. But I don't think that will ever happen. I think what's going to be normal for us is wearing that mask, and it's going to be a permanent thing until either they give it okay, but even at that, I think people are not going to they're not going to feel comfortable ever being without a mask. So that's going to be tough for some people. I just think it's going to get tough. So there's just really hard to say how we're going to react and how we're going to cope with it, because it's so much of a change that we all got to deal with, and including me. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't even like wearing the mask, but
yeah, I don't either.
But I do feel like it's going to it's going to benefit. So hopefully in time, maybe with God's will, if God gives us some kind of sign, then maybe we won't wear the mask. But I think it's going to be a permanent thing from here on out.
Yeah. So here's my other question. So you being someone who's a psychic medium, and you've been in this for some time now, so you know what it is to feel something, around you. And for some of us, it's not so easy, right? We kind of dismiss it as just being a chicken or scaredy cat, right?
Yes.
So we were just talking about how recently I went over to the Yorktown Memorial Hospital. But I had this feeling like when I first, and it just got worse and worse, right? But I had this feeling like I just walked into a show for someone, like I had a whole audience just watching me. Do you ever get that feeling when you walk into places?
Yes, I do. And I'm going to tell you right now, even though, there's a lot of activity in that hospital. And I know that it said like everything that's active in there. Mm-hmm. But I want to say that there is a child there also that roams that area. So I want to say it's very active, even though I've never been there. But it intrigued me when I saw it because I had a vision a long time ago. But I'm not going to go into it until maybe another time. But it's crazy because when I looked at that building, I've never seen that ever before, Manny, until you sent it to me. Mm-hmm. But I got that deja vu, like I've seen that building somewhere.
Right.
Or almost like I've been there before. In the astral aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's something. I just got cold chills because when the guide was showing us what was happening around what they've captured as they do the walkthroughs, there was a picture of a little girl that would show up outside of the chapel that's in the hospital. I feel cold right now. Yeah, and it's this little girl who would show up in pictures just outside the chapel because it was a hospital, so they actually had like a kid's room and stuff like that. But for some reason, this little girl would always show up there. And yeah, I got chills because now it just coming straight to my mind. The picture, because he held up his phone and says, even this came up of a picture that somebody took while they were visiting the hospital. And yeah, you are absolutely correct. There is a little girl that roams the hospital. So there you go.
There's a validation.
Yeah, and that's why you're the psychic medium and I'm just a podcast host, right? That is fantastic. So like I was telling Chris, it was quite the experience to go in there, and you had this feeling like all eyes are on you, and everyone in the group is huddled together because I guess safety in numbers, I don't know. I don't think it really works that way, but everyone's really, skittish, I would say. And one of the things, like I was telling Chris too, is that one of the people that was in the tour actually became very ill and had to leave. Because of everything that's going on in that hospital. And it's a really young person, so it's not like, I don't think they were really influenced by anything other than the stories that were being told. So, hey, I don't know. According to the guide, a lot of people get sick when they go in there because of all the energy, and it's and I believe it, because they've been having people break in and do seances and drawing pentagrams everywhere. It's just weird, but I was glad I was able to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Maybe like why I said one day, there maybe God willing, that maybe I can meet you and we can go there and I can do a walkthrough of it and and somebody can videotape me because somebody had a premonition of a dream of me and one female and a few males going with me and me doing the walkthrough of a location. And it looks similar to what you just sent me earlier. Oh, so boy. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be that location.
Right.
But, but when I go into places or even people's properties, I've done that a few times where I walk people's properties, to see. They've asked me, like, what do you pick up on the neighbor, on our yard and, in our house. And so I did a few of those and I told them, I said, don't tell me anything.
Right.
Don't tell me anything. Unless if you want to record me and you have a person that's got a video camera, you can do that, but you got to let me know. And then don't tell me anything. And I love doing that kind of stuff. So it's like almost going to a candy store. So it's kind of not totally, but but it's just something that I love to do, and I do take it very seriously when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, I can imagine. But Chris, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we go somewhere and you start levitating, I'm out of there. I'm just, I'm gonna leave you behind.
Oh my God, that would be crazy. That would be amazing. Seriously.
Yeah.
I you know what? I wouldn't even know what to say if that did happen to me.
Yeah, I'd be like, Chris who? No, I don't know any Chris. I'm gone. Get out of here. Man. So what we'll do now, if we'll just open up the line 972-290-1329. I am going to warn you guys ahead of time. The calls are coming through Skype, so it takes some getting used to. So please feel free to call at any time from this point on. 972-290-1329. And yeah, I think it would be a fantastic thing to do. And actually, myself and the missus were talking about, hey, we should try to get Chris to go there. But I know that locally there is also a property. And once I get in contact with the folks who are running those tours, maybe we can do that. Because it'll be a new place for me, new place for you. And we'll just see what happens. I'm scared just talking about it. But yeah.
I think it would be kind of interesting, to do that kind of stuff because I love those kind of things. It's just something that I'm drawn to, and I've always been drawn to it. So I don't know. It's something that I love. It's just something that I love testing my gifts with. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's a beautiful thing just to know that I can make a difference in someone's life. And just know that, even if they need comfort, that's something in the near future that I do want to help people and going to locations. So hopefully in the near future, I would probably be going to out of state.
Hey, thank you for joining the podcast. Who do I have on the line?
Hey, Manny Mooney here. This is Game Vet.
Hey, what's up, Game Vet? I think I have, hold on a second, because I need to add Chris to the line because you kind of disappeared on me.
Okay.
And this is the magic of Skype.
Nice.
Oh, and there's Chris. So we got Chris back. Chris, how are you? And we have hashtag GameVet is on here. So GameVet, what you got for Chris?
I just wanted to see if she had any messages for me.
Okay, what's your name again? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, the message I got for you is there's going to be some change for you.
Okay.
I feel like there's going to be something about a move, or you're thinking about a move. And then there's been there's been some quick stuff around you is what I'm picking up.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me? Because I know it's cutting in and out. I think it's the spirits trying to...
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, all right. But I do feel that it's very active. You around you. You're like a magnet to the spirits. And I also get like I've always been very curious about the unknown. I also feel that you're very skeptic, but then you're also open-minded, if that makes sense. And then I kind of get like you're a sensitive too. Even though you try to debunk everything, you're trying to analyze everything. But that's what I'm picking up from you.
Okay.
For some reason. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what Spirit tells me.
I believe everybody listening in, they could actually comment and they could say that you're spot on.
So Chris, so GameVid here, he is actively searching some experiences that he's having where he's at. Is there any advice you can give him?
For the location or some research that he's doing? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, actually where he lives, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Go with it. Don't think that you're cocky. Don't go into it like if I would just say don't provoke it, whatever it is, because I'm being told for some reason. I'm also getting like almost like night terrors or having a very hard time sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm getting that very strongly. And the advice I can say is just go with protection. Make sure that you're grounded and protected. Because I'm being told that where you live, it's very active. And I'm being told that it's a haunted house. And there was someone that, oh, wow, that was just weird. I just heard that. I heard that somebody died either in the house or nearby. I'm seeing like something in the back, like something being buried is what I'm hearing. I don't know why, but I'm being told that you almost feel like you have, I want to say, very heavy. I'm getting the feeling like the hair is sticking up on the back. Right now, as I'm even reading you, I'm getting like your hair is sticking up. Your arms are, your hair is sticking up.
That's
very
true,
strong.
Yeah, it is.
And it's because you know that house is very active.
Yeah.
But it's like blowing you away because you've experienced a lot of weird stuff where you're at.
Right.
But I would say just go with cautious and just don't go there cocky and don't provoke it. Just see what it is and see what you can do. Because I think because I'm being told that for some reason it feels like a portal. Oh God, that was weird. A portal. And I want to say that there is a few people that want to cross over, but there's something that's holding them against their will. Don't ask me why, but that's what I just heard. Is there something to do with the closet? Closet? I'm hearing closet.
I don't know. I've been hearing some like strange noises like in the basement, and it's kind of almost like a closet type deal where I've heard things move down there and stuff like that. And I've been upstairs.
Okay, well, I'm hearing like steps. Like, you know, like when somebody's going up their attic. Now, by any chance, does your attic have one? Oh, there's two different types of attics. I don't know why I'm seeing two. But there's one where you can either pull it from the string from the ceiling and you pull it down. But in my head, I see like a door, and then there's another door, but you have it locked because you don't have anybody going up there. And I'm hearing something about children. I don't know if you have children, but I'm hearing the word children. You don't let nobody up there for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a little doorway up there that nobody goes in there.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a lock in my head. I'm seeing a lock, and then once you have that master lock to open that door, and then once you open that, you unlock it, you can go up the attic. And I'm hearing a lot of squeaking on the floor. Like it almost seemed like if you're downstairs, you would hear footsteps. Like you're hearing it on the ceiling, but you're like, what is that? Everybody's asleep. What is that noise? And you just keep freaking out. Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's funny because every time. That's funny because every time I'm downstairs, I hear something upstairs, and then when I'm upstairs, it's something downstairs.
Okay, that's validation right there. Maybe if I don't know if you're here in Texas, but maybe we need to meet one day. I would love to walk to your house. I would love to walk where you live.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
That's cool.
That's something that
you said you're hearing the word Texas.
Well, no, I'm in Texas. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that was my mom. But like I said, but I kept seeing I keep hearing Texas. I don't know what. That was just weird. But I do feel that there is something. I don't know. There's a connection somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I used to live in Garland, Texas when I was a kid. We lived there for a year. And this is not the first time I've heard that. I was actually in a live chat one time. Then this guy, they were talking about psychics and stuff like that. And then I said, just in the chat room randomly, I said, that'd be funny if they called out my name. And then this guy that had no idea who I was, he said in the chat, he says, your name's Doug, and he used to live in Garland, Texas.
Wow.
And I thought that was the craziest thing.
Wow, that's amazing.
And that's amazing
Maybe.
that you say that too.
Well, then but this is the first time you've talked to me, so there's no prior knowledge. Like I told people, I don't like to be told anything. Some people just
Right.
ask me a general reading and this and that. I've done, and Manny has been watching me. I know Manny. I know you've been watching me every time I do shows, so I know you've been watching me. So, but the thing is, I know that people follow me, and I love helping people, and it's like something that draws me to the paranormal. So maybe if I can, wherever you live, maybe I can meet you somewhere, or you never know. If it's
Yeah,
meant to
if
be,
you're ever
God's
up
gonna make it
to,
happen. God's gonna make it happen. God's gonna
yeah,
make it
that'd be
happen.
great. If you're ever up to Minnesota, let me know. Or,
Okay, that sounds pretty
let Manny
good.
know, and he'll get a hold of me somehow.
Okay, but
Yeah,
besides
all
that,
right,
I
well,
was gonna say, is there something to do? I don't know why I'm seeing wagons. I'm thinking probably like the 1970s.
Hmm.
Shit. I'm thinking like I'm probably seeing like the landfill, like with wagons and horses. I don't know if there's history behind where you live in that town, but I'm seeing like I'm seeing a lot of yeah. There's a lot to
that's,
it.
yeah, there's a connection there too.
Oh,
Okay.
really? Yeah, let's hear about
Yeah.
that.
Well, my mom and dad, they used to have horses way back in the day in the 70s. And,
Oh, okay. Validation.
yeah,
Whoa.
right. And, yeah, I lost my dad 2 years ago due to Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that's amazing. That is
yeah.
amazing. So, wow. And
Yeah.
it's weird because do you know if there is any genetic gifts in your family? Because I kind of feel almost like gypsy. Back in the 70s, I'm seeing like a crystal ball, or like I don't even know if they even had tarot cards back then. I can't even think that far back. But yeah, I want to say it's genetic. But for some reason, I was told it was very quiet the way you grew up. Very
Yeah,
quiet.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Well, you might want to look into it because
Yeah.
you probably find something in the family tree. You wouldn't be surprised. It might be the first, it won't. But yeah, there might be something genetic.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to look into that and get back to me.
Okay.
Either can you follow me on Facebook because I'm already at max on my damn Facebook. I don't mean to say that, but yeah, I'm already at max. So you can only follow me, so it's kind of like you either that or you can message me on Messenger where that it doesn't have max to where you can follow me on Messenger.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and it was nice talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks, David, for calling in.
All
Fantastic.
right. Thanks, Manny. Yeah, thanks,
All
Manny. We'll catch you later.
Later. Man, Chris, you are just like unbelievable. What the heck just happened there? How did you do that?
It just I don't know. Don't ask me that. I've been told like that way before when I first started. They were like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah. So before
comes
anyone
natural.
calls in, let me just give you a little background now because you didn't know any of this, but not too in a long distant past, Gamevid actually started researching the ghosts that are in his home, and he's actually even been doing like EVP recordings on YouTube. And so we've joined them and stuff like that, especially the guys that you see that are always on UFO Buster Radio Network. We've joined them, to try to listen. And he has been catching, as they call, quote unquote, disembodied voices on the EVPs. And they like answer questions that we ask them. It is amazing.
Yeah.
But you hit it right on the nail. That he's got something going on, and he definitely has picked up on it for sure.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just crazy because like some people have told me like, how do you do it? And sometimes I get names. It varies, or sometimes I'll just get letters. And I'll just get flashes of stuff. And like lately, I've been just dreaming of some random stuff in my mind. So it's just like, whoa. I've had some weird premonitions. And usually when I do readings, I usually get premonitions before I read people.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happens that way. I don't know why. It just happens. It's just connecting with the people. You know, it's just like a link, like it's almost like a rope that I can connect with the people without them even telling me anything. You know, so it's just weird. I can't explain it.
Yeah, but it's fantastic though, and the fact that you caught on to so many things that, like he said, the folks that are on the podcast, they know him, they know what he's doing, so they know that what you were saying is spot on, and that's just incredible, to be honest. I want to say hello to Gooter, who is in the live chat, GameVid, of course, Dave, all the way from Australia, Chrissy's on from All Pop Repeat, another fantastic podcast. Guys should check it out. And Tater Baker, fascinating name, Tater Baker. So Chris, when you do these readings, because you really didn't know his name, other than his name that I just gave you that's in the live chat, but what kind of things would help you in reading someone? What kind of tidbits of information?
Well, most of the time I usually I just tell them, like, if you want to tell me your first name, if not, then just, you know, because most people usually just tell me their first name because they open up to me and I tell them don't tell me anything, but sometimes people just let it slip out and then they'll say, well, is my boyfriend coming back to me? Or, you know, they'll ask me a lot of weird stuff. I've been lately on other shows, it varies. Mostly it's been just more of for some reason, people just want to know if where they're headed because of this coronavirus and stuff. So I've been asked, like, am I gonna move, or do you see any changes for me? And I'm like, oh, so it's gonna be tough. I mean, and there's a few people that I've told. I said, if you can do it and play it safe, as long as you wear your mask, I think you would be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I were to say someone, I would say, hey, you guys in the live chat, put questions in there you want Chris to answer. You would actually be able to tune in to their energy, I guess, and answer that question.
Yep.
That is just amazing. I just have no other way to say it. So anyone in the live chat, if you want to ask some questions while we wait for phone calls to come in, please go ahead and do so. It is 972-290-1329 if you want to call in directly. Now, it's funny that you say that, Chris, because I used to watch this guy on TV, a psychic way back when, and so he would always ask for, like, the full name and maybe the date of birth. And then he would, do his, he'd work his magic, to put it lightly, I guess, put it some way. But a lot of his readings were really spot on. It's just fascinating to me how that's all you need. Like, you don't even need to know the person to really know the person from a psychic point of view.
Yeah. And I mean, every psychic's different. Some people don't need names, other people do. And then and then sometimes if they don't want to tell me their name, they'll just ask a general question like, what do you see for the future for me? Or do you see me moving? And they don't need to tell me the name. If they want to ask a simple question without saying the name, you're still going to get the validation without even me knowing your name. It's just the energy of your voice, me tuning into the vibration of what I hear from your voice. Like for you, Manny, I've never read you. Everybody knows that. I've never read him before.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and the thing is, with me, for some reason, I kind of feel like, I want to say what really got you into broadcasting is that you've had experiences with aliens. I'm seeing aliens, okay? And I kind of feel like I'm hearing the word abducted, or you've been touched by alien that made you change your whole misdemeanor about the paranormal. And then I kind of feel like either someone in your house or someone that you lived in the past, you did live in a place that was a house that was not that haunted, but it was kind of. And then it just blew your mind, and that's what made you to do broadcast, because I feel like for you felt like you needed to help people, and you just wanted people for people to seek the truth, to put people on your show. It was always to bring the truth to the viewers and people that listen to your show and stuff like that, if that makes any sense.
It does. And actually, have I seen things? Yes. Did I live in a haunted place? Yes, for damn sure. As a kid, I did. And learning about people, I took psychology a lot to try to learn about people. But what I learned through psychology is there are things that are just unexplainable through science. and the paranormal is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And you proved it today. You just proved it, that the paranormal completely supersedes science on so many levels. And you proved it just now.
Exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just exists. It does, and a lot of people are very. I think if you go into it with being afraid of it, then you're not going to embrace your gift. Now, even though nobody's calling in, but this is what I can say for people that have gifted children or people that are gifted. What advice can you give? And it's funny. I feel like somebody was going to ask me that. I feel like somebody was going to ask me that question. I don't know if it was you or somebody, but the best advice I can give you is if you have a child that's very gifted, I would just say don't be afraid of it. Just embrace it.
Right.
And just be supportive. I mean, even though if you don't understand it, just see if you can get a journal and just see if it validates your child's stuff that resonates. Like if they say, well, Mom, you know what, my house, where we lived here, the house was burned. So you like to research and we can go to a library, trying to validate what they say, and then that's how you know that their gift is, that's how you do it. And just always have a dream journal and just listen to your children. Because these days, these children that are being born, a lot of them are very, I just heard that, rainbow children, crystal children, and then the ones that are very artistic and very special, they're very special in a different way, and their brain waves are totally different from normal people. Our brains, our psychic brains, are wired different. I can't explain how, but they are wired different. That's why we get what we get, and we just have the inner knowing. It's just so weird how we get the information. Sometimes I even freak out myself, and they're like, how did you know that? And I'm like, I can't answer that. That's the unknown. That's what makes me me.
Mm-hmm. So I got a question from you, for you, a question for you from Chrissy. It says, last time we talked, you told me I had to let something go. What were you referring to?
What I said? I think that was, I don't remember what I even told her. It would be weird if I told her to let something go. If I remember right, I want to say I'm kind of getting like forgiveness, or she needs to let something go, holding on, because now I remember what I said, that the guys find her intimidating, so try to just not for her not to be intimidating. I think it's just that for her just to try to understand them from their point of view, why they've been hurt. Because I think for most of the guys that she's been with, she tends to scare them.
Yeah.
Because
we have a call coming in, Rick. Let's answer that, and then we'll get back to Chrissy for a second. Okay, thank you for joining the call. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Gutter. What's up, Manny?
Hey, Gutter. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, guest. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you, too. I have a haunted bar. There's a ghost that's in my bar. The guy died on the pool table. Can you tell me something about him?
And okay, what was the question again?
There was a person who died on the pool table at a bar in Forest Park, Illinois, and he hangs out in the bar and he haunts the place. I want to get some info about him.
For some reason, I kind of see kind of like a tall, thin man. I want to say like black hair. I just heard green eyes. Okay. I don't know. Oh, that is weird. I just heard a name. I don't know why I heard the name Henry.
Henry? That was close. That's close. His name is Andy.
Okay, well, I heard that name. I don't know if there's a Henry that might be connected to him. And it's weird because I kind of got like the word overdosed or strangled. They might have made it seem like they made it, what is the word? I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word. I hate when I get tongue-tied. It's, like they made it seem like he did it. I can't think of the word right now. But I kind of feel like there was overdose, and then they made it seem like he did it, and then someone else kind of like tried to cover up what they did because there was like jealousy towards him.
Oh,
a lot of people didn't like him.
That's funny you say all that, because that's all like really spot on. Because he drank himself to death and then had an aneurysm on the pool table, but everybody thinks his ex-wife did it because she was going to get the bar if he died. So that's pretty cool. You gave that info. That's really good.
Okay. Well, that's funny that you're saying that you said the wife, because before you said anything, because I don't like to be told anything, but I thanks for that validation. But I was going to tell you something, is that when you said, it's funny that you said something about strangling, and I just told you that I kept seeing that. I want to say that she has something to do with it. You know what? I just got the word foul play. There you go. It was foul
play. Uh-oh.
Okay, so
could be right.
The reason why
they could be right because they found him on the pool table dead the next.
Yeah, so that's why it happened. And but prior to that, I'm seeing like an argument the night before, or it was still the other day. But he says, you know what, I want to leave. So instead of him trying to argue, trying to work it out, he went to the bar, and she was still at home. Little that he knew she was following him. It not like right off the bat, but she was following him, and she had already had it planned. Like everything was already planned out. Don't know. And then the name Henry with that letter H, that was probably someone that she was already messing with while they were together. Okay.
So look, Chris, I think we lost Gutter just now. So in Gutter's situation, when he's experiencing these things, now apparently he knows a lot about the bar's history, but is it possible that there could be more than just this person who experienced foul play there?
Honestly, I want to say that there could probably be something that triggers people to do dumb stuff at that bar, because I'm being told that it seems very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, oh man, I'm feeling like somebody sitting in the corner with a pipe. I'm seeing somebody with a pipe, in the corner. I'm seeing like one of those old pipes inside. It's not a cigarette. It's an old pipe, and I'm seeing somebody in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have that smile, they have that grin. So that person knows something with that murder.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're talking about a person that might be live right now, a living person.
Yes, that might know something. But they might be a little bit older at the time. I want to say, if anything, they would be probably like in their 70s.
Okay.
Mid-80s. Okay, mid-80s. Okay. Mid-80s. And I'm seeing a cowboy hat too with a mustache, goatee. So
I know Gutter's listening. So Gutter, there might be some hints for you there. If you're at the bar and you see this older gentleman, probably 1 foot in the grave himself, and he knows possibly about this situation. By the way, Gutter, and again, that's fantastic because you gave him information. Heck, I didn't even know about that. And I've been in communication with Gutter and most of the guys in the live chat for some time, but I know that he's been talking about a spirit that's in the bar, especially, he went into trying to figure that out. Like as soon as COVID-19 hit and the bar shut down, well, that's what he was doing, trying to figure out who the spirit is.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I cut you off when we were talking to Chrissy about how she scares the dudes off.
Yeah. So I want to say that that she's kind of like I would say that she seemed like very intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
She's very straightforward. She doesn't play games. And I'm being told that she's for losers, and they just want her for money and for the other thing, which I'm not gonna say. Yeah, right. They want her for those two things, and it's kind of they just The user and abuser. Yeah.
And she said, laugh out loud, I do. Not really sure what she's referring to. But maybe it's the fact that she scares guys off, I guess. Because she's intimidating. She's tough.
Yeah, and you know, and even though I've seen her picture because she added me, it's funny, when I was on the show, she added me after that same day. And when I looked at her, she seemed like the most loving person, but I guess they just understood her. It's just that they approach her the wrong way, and they just don't tell her directly what they want. They just be around the bush and play along, and then she finds out later that the guy's a total, dumbass or something, and just being mean to her. So yeah, they're just mean to her. She doesn't mean to be that way, but it's just that she's been hurt too much, that she's been through too much.
Right. So she's like self-preservation, basically. So she's just trying to protect herself.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So has there ever been a time where you're like, you're receiving these messages for someone and you're like, I just can't say it. Not going to say it.
If it's, there's times where I've done readings, and if it's like I feel being told that the guys are telling me not to say it because somebody, maybe the person that might be involved in whatever they're involved in, I'll usually do that offline. But most of the time, I'll tell them directly what they need to know.
Right.
Most of the time. There's only maybe once or twice that I told them, and a few times where I've been told them just very bluntly what they needed to know. So, yes.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go and give it to them.
Even if they're not ready.
Even if they're not ready. Yeah. So Chrissy says spot on. She also says, thanks, Chris. Will she meet someone this year, the COVID-19 year? It's a hard job, Chrissy. I don't know if 2020 is the year for you because everybody's stuck in the caves. But what do you think, Chris?
Honestly, if she meets anybody, it won't probably be too much later. I want to say probably September, October is what I'm hearing.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's gonna be a while. But if she just tells them what do you want, and just be straightforward, I think, I say by next year she'll probably already be with someone, and she'll be happy for once in her life. And I think it's just that if, it's weird too, and if she's still listening, I think a lot of people that she comes across, I just heard, I don't know if it was her ex or someone that she was talking to, they have problem with her doing broadcasting. Like they had a problem with a woman working, the people that she came across in the past.
Okay.
They didn't like a woman working. So that's something that she might want to look into too, that making sure that the guy's okay with her doing her things on the side besides her physical job. Yeah.
So maybe maybe some discrimination, sexual discrimination within the field that she's in, possibly.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. It's probably going to be somebody that she's going to be in the field, that's something that is within her. Find somebody that's going to be in the same field, but they're going to have different point of views, but they're going to click. Yeah.
That's great, and that's good to hear because it's all good news. All good news for you, Chrissy. Totally. So, what advice would you give to someone that is searching out a psychic? Because in all walks of life, there are people who are not who they say they are. How do you know that you've gone to someone that really is a psychic?
That's are you talking one. Okay, say it again so I can make sure I answer right. Okay, what did you say?
All right, let me put you on hold for a second because we got another call. Hold on 1 second, Chris.
Okay.
Hey, thank you for joining the podcast. Let me bring Chris on. Who's calling?
It's Green Man. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's happening, buddy? You're on.
How's it going, Chris?
Chris.
Hello.
Hey, Chris. How you doing?
What happened?
We got Green Man on with you right now.
Hi, Chris.
I can barely hear them.
Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear us?
I can hear you guys.
It sounds kind of
Yeah.
weird. The speaker. Hold on.
Uh-oh. We're having
Trying to
some...
figure out
it's all breaking up now.
Nope. I can hear
Oh,
you
what's going
fine, Manny,
on?
but Chris is kind of breaking up.
Oh, wait a minute.
because-
Wait. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what's going on because something doesn't seem like it wants you to know something. Hold on.
I believe it. This
Oh.
green man. Jeez.
that's
Yeah,
my
it's
luck.
Something that doesn't want him to know something. Hold on. Let's see if I can connect. See, because I don't hear nothing now. Hold on. That's weird because. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay, sorry about that. It's just I think something doesn't want you to know something because that usually happens when spirits don't want you to know anything.
Oh.
Okay, so how can I help
That's a good sign.
So what you got, green man?
Just kind of, like a, what do you see? What's coming up? Any messages for me?
The only thing is that I'm kind of getting like the word electrician or welder. I'm seeing welder. Okay. For some reason, I'm just being, oh, that's crazy. You're very good with your hands. Okay. Then for some reason, I'm kind of getting a female around you. Like a grandmother. And she's coming to tell you that everything will be fine. Don't worry. Things will get back to normal. Okay? Because I'm being told that you're overwhelmed with all this stuff that's going on. It's kind of slow business down for you. She's telling me to tell you that to be optimistic about what you're doing because she's there to help you. She's almost like your guide, is what I'm being told. And then for some reason, I want to say with the hair, I want to say like thin. I want to say it looks thin to me. It might appear to me different, but it's either thin or thick. Okay, black.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say like hazel eyes is what I'm hearing. Medium complected.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just getting something to do with the heart. Okay. She was not ready to go, is what I was told. Whoever this person I'm connecting with, she was not ready.
Mm-hmm.
But God took her because she was already suffering. She says, I can't do it. So basically, I heard that she was in the hospital, but she went to rehab. Not rehab, but what do you call that stuff? I can't think of the word. What is that other word besides?
Like physical therapy or something?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And then, like, after that, she was trying to hold on as much as she could, but she was in a lot of pain. And then for some reason, I kind of feel like either you or somebody felt not right about the person that was taking care of her, the caregiver. Almost like hospice. And that she only wanted someone else to touch her, like to take care of her, but no one with a hospice. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I'm getting for you.
Okay.
Okay. And, okay, what in the world? Why do I get that name? What is the name to do with Kyle? Kyle, with a K.
Kyle?
K. I'm seeing a K. It doesn't have to be a male. It could be just a female name, too.
My sister is Kathy.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Is there something about a disagreement? I'm hearing like a disagreement or something that y'all haven't talked in a while, but the communication's coming back the way it used to be. And you've been kind of feeling like there's like something that's not told to you. Like you feel like the person that you want to talk to, that everybody in the family is not telling you everything. Does that make sense?
None, because I talk to my sister all the time, where there's no disagreements or anything.
Well,
She's the only K.
Then there must be something I'm connecting with, because it's weird. You know what I kind of heard too? It's funny because I don't know anything about you, but you know what my guys are telling me to tell you? I've been told that you're very hard to read. That's what I'm hearing, very clear. You're very hard to read. Okay? There's other people that have tried to read you, and they cannot get one single thing for some reason. And I'm being told that there's a shield over you. That's the reason why, because of your ancestors are protecting you. And then I'm seeing like Saint Michael protecting you because you've had some weird experiences. Almost seem like the paranormal, but you kind of just push it to the side. You've had experiences as a child too.
Yeah.
But you just don't talk about it. It's more quiet, hush hush kind of thing.
No, I've actually talked about them here on the show.
Well, maybe not to everybody, not on the show, but probably as far as
I just don't walk around my work and tell my ghost stories.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like people physical people. I'm not talking about the radio, physical people.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to think that you're nuts. That's what it is.
True.
And then
So, Chris, when you're saying you're picking up someone else, could it possibly be that maybe someone connected to Green Man right now might have someone in their life with a K, and somehow you're picking that up as well?
Yes, that has happened before. Yes, there's times where the readings sometimes don't make sense, and they're like, no, but then I come out later on, that's a validation. So I've had a few times where...
It may be something for my wife. Her grandmother was in a, kind of like a hospice towards the end. She would have had black hair and probably on the thin side.
Okay, there you go. That's where it's coming from. And the only message that I got, that even though you wanted a message for you, maybe because you know what? I just hear what's weird. You were like her favorite son-in-law. For some reason, she liked you. She might have appeared at first like very defensive.
Actually, that kind of is a funny little thing because I went to Japan with my wife one time and got to meet her, and for years that was one of the biggest questions she would always. When's the big American coming back? I liked him.
Oh wow!
So there you go. So she was you're her favorite, and you know what's weird? Even though you were the son-in-law, but you know what I just heard? She I can't put it. She almost thought of you as a son, like one of her own children. For some reason,
she was a really sweet lady to me. She really was, and my wife was like, no, this isn't the grandma I remember growing up. Grandma I remember growing up was strict. She loves you. She's old now, but no, she. That's what they all said.
You know what's
she
so
funny
when I hear your voice, man. You know how this is the first time we've had calls. Remember the first time when I was on your show?
Uh-huh.
I'm getting this deja vu with all the callers. Like I've talked to him before, and I don't even know him. I'm getting that psychic deja vu.
Maybe from Magnum PI or something like that.
Yes.
There we go.
We pick on him that he sounds like Tom Selleck. So
I don't hear it, but okay, okay.
That's too funny.
But that's what I'm picking up. But I'm getting that psychic weird feeling like we've talked, but this is our first time interacting, so that is just so weird. That is weird.
So is there anything else you want to know from Chris Green Man? Anything specific?
Anything in my musical future?
Actually, if you, with your musical future, I see a band. I see traveling. Okay. I'm actually seeing a location you want to go to, and there's a lot of, you've heard that once they go into this place, they come out with a lot of people wanting to contact her, like producers and people that are within the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I'm getting. And now, as far as the music, I want to say, probably like August. Something to do with August is what I'm getting. Something to do with August. I don't know what that is, but I mean, you might want to write that down, because usually when I get readings, you know, if I ever talk to you again, or if I get on the show, you'll be like, you remember what you said? Because sometimes the spirits just have a weird way of saying that.
August, okay.
10, okay. Well, okay, because I do like, I have also, angel cards, and something told me to do this, so I picked, for some reason I kept seeing 10 in my head.
Uh-oh.
And I heard, don't hate, meditate. And it says, thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. So I'm being told that you need to meditate more, because you're not doing it.
Okay, I've been trying to more lately, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, you need to, might want to try a clear white candle, and just make sure that there's no sounds. If you want to do some slow music, and it's weird because I'm hearing like shaman music, you might want to try that, and it's going to help you, because you're going to see things, you're going to have more clarity, because right now I feel kind of like you're like cluttered or clouded over something. Something's just trying to confuse you with the decisions you want to make.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm being told.
Yeah, thanks. Well, it's recorded, so Green Man, if you ever need to refer to this, you know where to find it.
The archives.
Yes. Hey, thanks for calling
Thanks,
in.
Manny.
I appreciate
Chris.
it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, there you go, Chris. Fantastic. So we are at the almost at the hour mark. So any last thing that you want to share with folks? Do you ever just pick up things in general?
Yes, I do. I pick up. It's just random. It just randomly comes. It just randomly comes. It just comes to me that, you know, when things that just come to me general, you know, about their love life. Sometimes I'll go from the past into the future, present. So it varies with the connection. So it's like whatever my guides tell me is what I tell them.
So I know Dre kind of showed up to the live chat a little late, but, you know, he always has this question about the Cowboys. Can we tell him anything about that team? Anything?
Oh, my God. Well, if they do their coaching right, I can see a Super Bowl championship with them, but they got to get their administration right, and the owner needs to butt out of the. So yeah, that's what I got for them.
So maybe if they get things together, maybe a Super Bowl run.
Yep, probably by next year. Yep.
By next year. Dre, next year. Yep. Don't get all excited, Dre. Don't get all crazy. We're skipping 2021 for them. We're going to go 21-22 that season, okay? Yeah, I have to be straight with him, because he'll go out and buy all kind of stuff, season tickets, all that kind of stuff, thinking this is going to be the year. So I have to help him out. As always, Chris, thank you for being on. Your readings were incredible, and I can't wait to get you back on here. But we are going to find a way to get together and go into one of these places that are active, and definitely we're going to film you. We got to get it together. It's got to happen, because we need to get you out there, because like I said, just on this episode alone, you've been pretty spot on. So I think it's going to be fantastic to have people actually see you in that kind of environment, But if, like I said, if you levitate, I'm out. I'm done.
Okay, well, it sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then if anybody wants to contact me, they can reach me at Chris Psychic Garcia, or they can reach me at my own personal cell phone, 210-974-3470. Again, 210-974-3470.
You heard it? That's right. And you heard it from the man himself. The links are also... I'm tongue-tied now, Chris. Thanks. The links are also in the description for this podcast. His number, his Facebook is all in there. Reach out to him. He'll be glad to talk to you. Chris pretty much is an open book. I hope you are as well when you get that reading. I thank you guys for being part of the podcast today. Chris and I are signing out, and we'll check you out next week. So, ciao.